welcome back to English in the City. I'm Nars. How are you doing? Today we are going to talk about house hunting and my story of being a homeless person for a few weeks. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. After I moved to Boston, I lived in the dormitory for 2 years. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, it was so easy living on campus. First, you have AC for the summer, heat for the winter, and I didn't have to worry about utility bills at all. And second, in the winter, when it snowed, I didn't have to commute, and I didn't have to clean up snow. Those were 2 good years. After I graduated and got a job, I had to move out of the dormitory at somewhere around June 23rd, and I couldn't start working until July 16th. I think that was the first day of my OPT. Since I had only $2,500 left, I was planning to stay with friends, sleeping on their couch or floor until the end of July. When I got my first paycheck, I then go find a more permanent place to stay. In the area or country where you live, how do you get house rental information? I remember when I was little, we looked for information from the classified on the newspaper, and that was before the internet. Nowadays, everything is on the cloud, right? What? A homeless? Are you serious? Yeah, that's right. I mean, I didn't sleep on the street, but I didn't have a place to stay either. I had to leave my stuff with one friend and go stay with another friend. I also had my must-have belongings all packed in a carry-on suitcase to make it easier for me to move from one place to another. And it was the summer of 2013. It was hot like crazy. The heat wave hit the United States pretty hard that year. I think the news was all over the world. My plan to stay with friends was working fine the first 2 weeks. I was staying with a couple. They had a very nice apartment with AC in it. Again, it was like heaven. But there's an American saying, house guest, like fish, begins to smell after 3 days, and I was the fish. I felt so bad for my friends. So after 2 weeks, I figured it's probably time for me to move in with other friends. And I was lucky. I found a girlfriend who would let me stay with her for as long as I needed. It was a shared apartment on top of a 3-story house. It was nice and cozy. But the thing is, it didn't have AC, and it has only a fan. Man, it was hot. After a few days, the heat was melting me inside out. It's like I was living in an oven. I couldn't sleep at night because it was so hot, and the wooden floor was rough, and I couldn't focus on anything. It was a time when I realized I need to get my own place as soon as possible, even though I didn't know whether the money I had could cover the rent and fee or not. One thing I know was I need to give it a try because I need to be my best self when I start my job so that I have a better chance to keep my job. If you are in Boston, of course, you can work with a real estate agent or any rental site. But I believe in most of the cases, people check out Craigslist for housing information. Because of that, I checked Craigslist just like everybody else does. I email people first, in most of the cases, and then we made an appointment for house tours. Since I didn't have a car, I biked everywhere. The going rate for a 3-bedroom apartment right outside of Boston is between $2,400 and $3,000. And you normally share a house with 2 or 3 other people. Could be students, young professionals. It's called sublease. When you rent a house or a room, the landlord and the tenant who subleases the house will normally ask you to pay the first month and last month upfront. It's also normal that you have to pay a deposit or agent fee. It can add up fairly quickly. I must have seen 20 houses. Some of the houses were actually pretty nice, even a little bit fancy. It's like houses you can see in the real estate advertisement. And some of the houses were just like disgusting. You can see people who live there, they just ignore their responsibility to clean up the common areas. And some of the rooms I checked out were pretty small. And it's just like a shoebox with no window for natural light. You can probably fit in only like a single bed and a drawer. And that was it. Even though it feels depressing, you still have to pay big bucks to get it. I finally settled down with a house outside of Boston. It's in the town next to where the software company is. It was not fancy, but it was clean, bright, cozy, and smelled fresh. The kitchen and the bedroom were spotless. On top of that, the landlord didn't ask me for a deposit, not even the first and last months. I could even pay it by day if I had found another place to move in later. Even better, there was a bus nearby that went to where the software company was. It was a perfect solution for me. The place I found has become my home. I have lived here for 7 years, and the landlord became my boyfriend a few months after I moved in. Sometimes, when I look back, I can't believe I almost missed this house. I didn't plan to visit this house because it was outside of the area where I wanted to stay. And if I had not seen the other house nearby, I would have skipped this house completely. Okay, so that is my story. What's yours? Share with us. Let's hear it. Okay? For my next video, I'm going to talk about getting a driver's license. It's fun. Really. Okay. Talk to you then. Till next time. Bye.